Happy Cosmic Nights of Eclipse season, and I want to ask you a question today. How willing are you to change the perspective of how you are seeing the situation that is happening in this moment in your life, to go beyond the story that you are apparently seeing? Because we are in the middle of an eclipse season. That is, if this were a hurricane, we are in the eye of the hurricane. We are in an eclipse that just happened on April 21st, a solar eclipse in Aries, marking the beginning of a period that will be moving ourself and our relationships a lot. However, on May 5th comes the second eclipse of this period, which will take place with a full moon in Scorpio, closing the cycle of the Scorpio-Taurus nodes that began that season of eclipses in November 2021. We are closing a cycle and we are opening a new one. But this sounds simpler than it feels, because the things we are closing are at a karmic level. They are generational patterns, family patterns of our own love relationship. Why? Because we are with all the energy wrapped in Taurus, and Taurus is a sign governed by the planet Venus. Venus has to do with how much we value ourselves, how much we value what we have, how much we are willing to receive the abundance we have in our day-to-day. From the air, from the sun. They are abundant. We do not have to ask or pay for them. We have to open our eyes to enjoy what we already have. That is the essence of Taurus. Now Mercury, which is the mind, is retrograding in Taurus. Taurus, in addition to our material zone, in addition to all the material, all the harmonic, all the beautiful, also governs relationship. And it also governs what we like, what we do not like. So we have Mercury retrograde in Taurus. We have Uranus, which is still a little close to Mercury in Taurus. We have the Sun in Taurus, the Sun in conjunction with the North Node in Taurus. That is, everything is showing us what we need to express, what we need to say, what we need to bring to our body, to bring to our presence, to be able to transit this period. Why? Because the eclipse season is a period that can be so disconcerting, that can move us so much that entering the body is just what we need. Stop thinking so much and focus on what our body is telling us, how our breathing is. Is it calm or is it accelerated? How we are feeling. Are we feeling with a lot of energy, or are we feeling super decayed? That has a lot to do with what this season is inviting us to learn, to integrate beyond the stories that are happening to us all at this moment, that are moving us from our comfort zone. Beyond that, it is about understanding the pattern that we are transiting, because this is not from now. What we are living is the result of everything we have done, and that needs to be liberated. It is the result of everything we have transited, all our relationships, to start the relationship with ourselves. What is being uncovered at this moment? And something old is dying, something that we have been taking out, purging, cleaning since November 2021. And these eclipses of Taurus and Scorpio are saying goodbye, leaving us ready for the enjoyment, for the pleasure, for what we like, to accept what we like, to have the value enough to take all the changes that are being cooked. If you think that right now, I tell you that things in the eclipses just start to integrate. We will be meeting people. People will be leaving our lives. We will be starting new projects, new jobs. Some people will be saying goodbye to where they didn't want to be, or taking a turn in their lives that reminds them to connect with what we like, with what we really like. Because the more we are vibrating in the joy, the more we will be connecting with our most authentic self, which is all the uncomfortable things that are happening to you have to do with how far you are from that North Node in Aries. The more uncomfortable you feel what is happening in your life, it is because all the pieces are moving to push you towards your evolution, since otherwise you would have been stuck to that system that was no longer doing you good. So, far from being tortured by all this emotional movement of Mercury retrograde, of the eclipses, of the stories happening in our life, focus on the primordial, go beyond the situation. What is it that this is taking away, and what is it taking away? What can I put in that space that is being released? How can I rethink, reevaluate the situation to see it with love, to release the judgment, to transform once and for all everything toxic that the southern knot could bring in Scorpio? All our ideas that someone is doing to us, they want to hurt us, or that what they are doing it on purpose. Not everything that people are doing, they are saying, they speak more of their own process, of their own wounds than of you. But what you are feeling, what that person is telling you, has to do more with you than with what they are telling you, with what you are living. So I invite you to go beyond the story that you are living at this moment, that you feel strong, that you feel intense, that you are very closed in a point. Open your eyes, because behind that there is a greater choice. There is a hidden pattern that is being repeated. And if it is being repeated, it is so that you can finally see it and you can heal it, and more than heal it, integrate it to free it. Happy Hurricane Eye in the eclipses.